Hi, I'm Sam Landry, and today I'm going to talk to you about media online. The future is booming with new technology, but what does that mean for kids and teens in this day and age? The types of effects it has on children and teens could possibly affect our future of the world. Decisions are made based on the idea that media puts out to them. Growing up in this day and age, I have dealt with the effects of media. Different types of media that have access to kids and teens affects children and teens all differently. Numerous types of media, with television being one of the biggest, has positive and negative effects. There are learning opportunities with different types of shows, yet there is still increased violence depending on shows watched. With the amount of shows and TV children and teens watch today, they become less active and more obese much quicker. Another type of media is music, which has more of an effect on teens than it does on children. The songs are explicit and the lyrics portray drugs, alcohol, sex, and wrongful behavior, and they portray strong meanings about sex roles. And music videos portray many sexual acts, which could lead to encouraging wrongful behavior as well. Video games, like TV, have positive and negative effects. A positive effect is that it has a good motor skill and you're working on hand-eye coordination with playing with the controller and everything. Yet it has the same negative effects as TV does with health issues. Another huge type of media is the internet. Social media is the new normal, with Facebook and Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, everything from A to Z. It has positive and negative closely tied to TV as well. It has huge health concerns, though, because of the addictive behavior it portrays, with posture, overweightness, and underdeveloped social skills. Yet, it has the biggest access to teens because of smartphones. Smartphones are huge in our world today because there's easy access to internet at all time. And of course, there's an app for everything. But ads are always in these apps, which makes media accessible to teens and children. There are countless ways for media to access teen and children's brains that have all positive and negative effects. With everything offered to kids and teens, they have the ability to make decisions. Although these decisions may not be good, they are still based on what media has put into their brains. Each type of media has a different effect on children under 12 because they are still learning developmental and socializing skills. Television on children can be a huge, powerful teacher. According to Pediatrics and Child Health, they are encouraging racial harmony, cooperation, kindness, arithmetic, and even the alphabet. These are portrayed in shows like Sesame Street, Dora, Bob the Builder, and Blue's Clues. There are many more, but that's just a few. Although these can be a powerful teacher, it still takes away from schoolwork, reading time, and can deteriorate performance in schoolwork. TV does not only have learning opportunities, but it also portrays violence. Studies show an increase in aggressive behavior for children watching a lot of violence. Although this occurs in more children in the minority with disabilities who are emotionally disturbed, it still happens in all children, either way. Although this affects behavior, there are still health issues. It takes away from exercise, so children are becoming more obese at an earlier age, and they're more likely to eat unhealthy foods. When watching TV, children are exposed to many ads, which leads to too early of gender socialization. Gender socialization is when children are learning about the certain roles that they need to be tied to their gender. Toy ads, like this one, where there's a girl playing with the baby, but right next to it, there's a boy playing with the baby. And down here, a boy playing with a Nerf gun and a girl playing with a Nerf gun. It looks weird with the boy and the girl doing the opposite what their gender role should be doing because we're not used to that. Toy ads, according to Toy Ads and Learning Gender, they limit development and boys and girls aren't getting the same skill set. Boys are learning to build, problem solve, create things, and girls are learning to cook, clean, child rear. But ads are stereotyped, and children don't know that because they're just going to listen to what TV says, which affects the developmental state. Because children under 8 don't know the difference between entertainment and sales pitches. They're going to believe what they are told, and if they don't get what TV says that they should have, they're going to believe that they're deprived. And a lot of these ads portray video games, which, like I said before, have positive and negative effects. There's an increase in motor skills and coordination because they are playing with the controller and they are working on hand-eye coordination, except it still has the same negative effects as TV. They take away from schoolwork and affect the developmental stage and also are more likely to become violent. This has been a public health concern since 2001 because video games weren't made for all audiences until 2001, and they are still showing a lot of violence for any child. The internet. The internet is the new normal. Students, children are being access to this at such a young age, even in elementary schools. But there's still so many learning opportunities for children to play with on the internet, like FunBrain and ABC. Although that these are great, there's still health issues, of course. They are in tie with health issues of TV. Underdeveloped posture development, and it shows addictive behavior, which causes undeveloped social skills. There are 3 major types of media that have a strong developmental effect on children, with being positive and negative. Media pushes children to decide on what they want to do, what they want to be, and how they want to develop, and they're going to believe everything that TV says. Although children are greatly affected by the media, teens are also affected, but in a much different way. Going back to television, it has a much more different harmful effect on teens. The first big effect, health issue it is eating disorders. Teenage girls who see their role models on TV think they have to live up to what their role models look like. They have to be thin and beautiful. According to Mokayane, they stop eating, which isn't good because it can lead to anorexia and bulimia and many more eating disorders. Not only trying to be skinny, but there are more eating disorders with watching TV and eating, because watching TV and eating causes less communication and poor eating habits. While watching TV, they see their celebrity and role models on TV that portray the perfect body image. Although this isn't TV, this is still an ad with a girl on it who's in her sports bra, who is looking good, and it is incredible because that's what women are portrayed as. They are supposed to look skinny, they are supposed to look good, but teens who are trying to actively sleek like their role model can harm their body. They're trying to be skinny, they're changing their hair, and they're changing everything about them just to look like their role model. There's more desire for plastic surgery that has gone up, and men wanting muscle enhancers. Behavior, it affects the behavior too, because celebrities are in the news because they're doing something bad or something wrongful, but they're also encouraging successful behavior because teens want to be like their role models and be successful. Yet, it still encourages violence and risky behavior. Positives and negatives to everything. It's not always realistic for them to pick up on doing alcohol and drugs and stuff because it's not realistic. But teens are seeing 1,000 to 2,000 commercials annually that lead to more consumption. It makes it challenging for teens to make responsible decisions because of the glorification of everything. But parents are still mostly responsible for this because they should be sitting down with their children, having the conversation that they should not be picking up on this type of behavior. And finally, internet. Social media is huge. All teens care about are what's going on Facebook, Twitter, social media, etc. And there are positive and negative effects on relationships with social media. They enhance social interactions and they make new friends. Although this is true, there still is less face-to-face interaction, and it's less personal relationships, and they can lure teens into pornographic sites, dating sites, and leading to meeting pedophiles, which isn't safe for teens our age. And leaning towards more of a negative impact on relationship is cyberbullying. According to Rachel Emke, cyberbullying is also a huge problem with social media. It's easier to be cruel and it's more accessible because everybody is right there on it. It's pure acceptance. Kids and teens are looking for pure acceptance, so they feel like they aren't getting accepted when they don't have enough likes and retweets and loves. It encourages cyberbullying. It also changes behavior in teens. Less communication with friends and family, which causes laziness, and not getting enough exercise, which causes obesity. Leading back to the cyberbullying, there's not the right amount, if there's not the right amount of likes and retweets, it feels like they aren't liked, and it leads to depression or cyberbullying, which is a change in behavior. Although these are all negative things, there's still a great positive. They are exposed to cultural and political awareness, according to Emke on social media sites. They are exposed to a great amount of different people from different places, different religions, different cultures, and all different backgrounds through social media. They have access to news websites, news ads, everything from A to Z, allowing teens to be involved in charity things and help to work around the world, according to Mokan. All types of media has a strong effect on relationships, violence, and behaviors on teens. Teens are influenced by a number of things to make decisions, yet parents are who should still be there to help them make the right decisions. Teens and children are all affected differently by media, but all teens lead toward media affecting their decisions. Decisions are made solely on media's input. There are several types of media that affect children and teens all differently. In conclusion, media has a powerful influence on children in their developmental stage and a great influence on the behavioral effects of teens.